My brothers and my sisters, we coming! We coming! Look, the mic coming too. My sisters and my brothers, let me recognize the chairman of our party, the Deputy Prime Minister, the members of cabinet, the former Prime Ministers, Dr. Kenny Anthony and Mr. Stevenson King, the members of the Diplomatic Corps, and a special welcome and thank you to Comrade Ralph Gonzalez and his delegation from St. Vincent. What a speech from Comrade Gonzalez. My sisters and my brothers, we are now in the first quarter of our 4th year in government. Since coming into government, we have made significant progress, changing the social and economic landscape of the country, but there is still more work to be done. This is why we must stay together to further the progress of St. Lucia. While it may be a good time to reflect on our achievements, it is not the time to rest. The citizens of St. Lucia are depending on us, and we must continue to deliver on the promises we made in our 2021 manifesto. We must remain in government for the people. Others want to be there for themselves, their friends, and their family. We must not allow that. We have made significant strides in stabilizing and growing the St. Lucian economy. Figures do not lie. Our education system is in a better place. Our athletes are making us proud. Julian Alfred, the fastest woman in the world, and Johnson Charles, the highest scorer in the CPL. Give them a round of applause. They are attracting international attention. Tourism continues to grow year on year. Unemployment is at its lowest. Pension payments have increased, and the workers of this country, for the first time, are being protected from very low wages with the establishment of a minimum livable wage. All this is good news, but there are sinister noises in the background that need to be silenced. People who do not want our country to progress. They want to destroy our country. There is a political phenomenon taking place which says you must rewrite history. And this phenomenon has taken ground in our country. They persist with lies, and they believe if they lie often enough, they will overshadow the truth. The practice is entrenched in the politics of the United States and now in the politics of St. Lucia. This practice is dangerous and evil and is aimed at undermining the social fabric of our society. It is a belief that if you are not in government, you must destroy the country. Trust, accountability, and respect for people's good name does not matter. I'm warning you to be on your guard so that you may not fall victim to their lies. They have shamelessly revealed themselves, claiming the truth is what you think it to be. What is true is there are people who are prepared to persistently lie to you in the hope of securing political power. They are only interested in themselves, in their personal interests, not in yours. They believe that your country is an inheritance. You have a responsibility to reject them because they do not respect you, nor do they care about you. This is why they are prepared to join anybody to spoil your country's good name. So power hungry are these people that they are unthinkingly prepared to burn down the country only to rule over its ashes. Solutions. These people must never be allowed to succeed because they are enemies of the people and enemies of the country. They are selfish and desperate. We must remain focused. Keep your eyes on the protect the victory. Keep your eyes and protect the victory. Sisters and brothers, comrades, I have said before, I do not support corruption, nor am I involved in any corruption. If any member of my government is found to be involved in corrupt acts, the consequences are clear. They go. I am warning you that we are dealing with an opposition that are desperate. They are pursuing a scorched-earth policy. They do anything. They say anything. They attack innocent people. They attack people's families. They tarnish the reputation of this country. The best answer to the opposition is for us to work harder. The best answer to them is for us to make more progress. The best answer for them is to tell the truth, and to tell the truth over and over again. Protect the, keep your eyes. Comrades, you may recall that when we entered government in July 2021, St. Lucia, under the United Workers' Party, was the worst performing economy in the OECS and accounted for 50% of the debt stock of the OECS. We inherited an economy that had declined after COVID by 24.5% of GDP, the largest in the Caribbean and the 5th worst in the world. We immediately went to work to stop the decline. Over the past 4 years, the country's fiscal position has improved. We have experienced 3 years of economic growth, and it is estimated that the economy will grow by over 5% this year. St. Lucia remains the largest economy in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. 26% of the economy of the OECS, and the Bank of St. Lucia has now become the largest bank in the OECS Union. Economic growth is demonstrated by the reduction in unemployment. Unemployment was 13% at December 2023, while the labor force was just over 97,000 workers. Labor force data for the first quarter of 2024 indicates a further decline in unemployment to 11%, the lowest on record since 1991. Youth unemployment is at 18%, from a high of over 30% under the United Workers' Party. We are still not satisfied. We aim at reducing employment to single digits by the end of our first term. This is our goal, to reduce employment to single digits by the end of our term. So much has been said, so many lies and misinformation by the opposition about food prices, as if the government were totally to be blamed. There is no denying that the level of inflation is not desirable, but the main causes are due to external forces. What we can do as a government is to help mitigate the impact of inflation on consumers. Rising prices are a consequence of imported inflation, where all major countries continue to struggle. All countries in the world struggle with inflation. This is caused by wars that we have no control over, supply chain constraints, and the war in Gaza, and now the threat of widespread war in the Middle East. As a small open economy, our options are limited. However, we have taken steps to cushion the impact of rising prices in food and other basic products. We continue to subsidize flour, rice. And in the case of cooking gas, we have provided heavy subsidies. In some cases, as much as $20 per 20-pound cylinder. Earlier this month, we established a minimum livable wage of $1,131 per month, or $6.52 per hour. We are urging all business people to follow the law and listen and pay the minimum wage of $6.52 per hour. We have removed 6% service charge on controlled goods to try to cause the prices to be reduced. All these measures are policy responses to the rising cost of living. Those who now blame the government for the level of inflation were more concerned about their personal interests when they were in government than that of the people. They did very little to cushion consumers from rising prices, and their words of concern about inflation is nothing but hollow, insincere, and hypocrisy. Remember how they attacked us for subsidizing basic foodstuff. Having found ways to reduce the impact of inflation on consumers, we still created the fiscal space to share the country's economic successes with the people. And I want to share with you some of the things that we have done. We have paid over 4,000 taxpayers their tax returns. Now when I say it, if it's true or false, I want you to say true or false. So listen carefully. We have paid over 4,000 taxpayers their tax refunds. True or false? True. We raised personal income tax allowances to $25,000 per annum from $18,000, removing 10,000 workers from income tax. True or false? True. We extended the tax amnesty program to 1st May, helping business people to seriously improve their balance sheet. True or false? True. We removed VAT on sanitary products and selected building materials. True or false? We removed withholding tax on contracts of up to $10,000. True or false? We waived stamp duty on mortgages of up to $400,000. True or false? We increased the minimum government pension to $750 per month, while the NIC increased their minimum pension to $500. True or false? Over 3,000 government pensioners benefited from one-off payments of $500 in 2022 and $600 in 2023. True or false? In keeping with our values as a caring and responsible government, we honored service payments to 47 former employees of LIAT and to 196 former employees of Majestic Industries. True or false? We established the youth economy and semi-professional football league. Hundreds of young people were given grants and soon loans to convert their hobbies into entrepreneurship and their skills into business. Semi-professional football was launched, providing financial support for footballers while they engage in what they enjoy. True or false? We are assisting small and micro enterprises to grow and expand with an injection of $10 million in the SME sector. The Ministry of Commerce to allow hundreds to access 70% grant and 30% loan. True or false? And I want you to challenge them. I want you to challenge them. Anything that I have said there, is it true or false? That is their problem. They cannot challenge us on performance. They cannot challenge us on truth. They cannot challenge us on how the solution economy is doing. So what they do, they slander you and they attack you and they continue to lie. I hear moi tan yo di. Moi paye zot $1,500 pour venir ici là. So moi paye Moussa. Yo pas comprendre. Moi paye tous ces gens là qui sortent l'autre pays à tout. But my brothers and sisters, that is what they do. They say outrageous things. Just say things. According to a friend of mine, say things, and they hope it will stick and you will listen. But I say to you, keep your eye. My sisters and my brothers, my comrades, in all this, while the country advances, we need to have a safe environment. This is why the incidence of crime, particularly gun violence, remains unacceptable, especially given the number of resources we have committed to fighting it. Perhaps it is the nature of the multifaceted nature of crime and the need for the whole of the society to join in the fight against it. As a government, we are doing our bit. I cannot recall any administration, apart from a Labour Party administration, that has provided the level of resources to address the issues of crime and security. It was our government that built police stations. It was our government that built fire stations. It's our government in 2006 that gave ambulances to the fire service. And we are returning into government and doing the same thing. Last week, we gave 4 brand new ambulances to the emergency services, and very soon from now, we are going to give them another 4 so that they can do their work. We are investing over $10 million in the emergency services, and I want to thank them for their work, particularly the work that they did during COVID. Our challenges have been made even more difficult by the level of neglect of the security infrastructure and police equipment during the last administration. Nevertheless, we are doing as much as we can to reduce the infrastructural deficit necessary for fighting crime. Construction of the Northern Divisional Police Headquarters is well underway and is to be completed on time at a cost of $45 million. Renovations to the Southern Divisional Police Headquarters at $4.5 million has been completed, and only today I signed for the furniture for the policemen in the Southern Police Headquarters. We have completed and soon will be opening the custody suites. And you know, they bulldozed the custody suites. It wasn't Labour that bulldozed the custody suites. It wasn't my father that bulldozed the custody suites. Papa Mejambo. As it relates to police equipment, there has been a significant increase in vehicles. And on Tuesday morning, we are going to be giving the police 3 more brand new vehicles for their work. We have increased the fleet by 40, together with 15 motorcycles, 5 ATVs, and 4 jet skis. In addition, we have equipped the police with drones, dashboard cameras, and ballistic vests. We have reinstated and increased the training vote for the police. And talking about the training vote for the police, this morning the Minister of Education was telling me that not only have we trained police, but police are attending Monroe College to get their degrees. And today, a policeman graduated from Monroe College with 3 awards and first-class honors, a member of the police force. Give him a round of applause. 3 police officers graduated this morning from Monroe College. In the area of legislation, we have further empowered the police with the enactment of the Police Powers Act and enhanced the effectiveness of the witness protection system. But there is more work to be done. The police are working on improving their rate of detection by improving their intelligence capabilities. Rest assured that national security is at the forefront of government priorities. Crime fighting certainly requires the efforts of all communities if we are to succeed. No government can be totally responsible for crime, and those who believe that as a government they can single-handedly solve crime either don't understand the nature of crime or are just being dishonest. Of course, there is an option that it may be both, a lack of understanding and dishonesty. We are collaborating and giving financial support to civil society groups in the crime suppression initiatives. We note that the opposition is glorifying crime, praying for more murders, anticipating more murders, but that is part of their strategy in their desperate need for political power. They have no real solutions, but they forget their past. Yo ka oublié, yo te la, exa yo te fait. My brothers and sisters, I'm proud of the men and women in the St. Lucia Labour Party. We are here in Bellevue, the constituency of our chairman, Comrade Moses Jabatis. I want to thank the people of Beaufort North and their neighbors in Labrie for supporting our party for more than 50 years. We are forever grateful to you. Yours is a rich tradition of loyalty. You have remained faithful to the founding fathers of our party, Sir George Charles, and our leaders who battled for bread, freedom, and justice. We salute Kenneth Foster. We salute former Prime Minister Saleh Louisi. We salute Sir Julian Hunt. We salute former Prime Minister who is still with us, Dr. Kennedy Anthony, and all the former parliamentarians of Beaufort North and Labrie. Beaufort North, Boswell Williams and Cicely. Labrie, Velen John, and what's the one name? Labrie, Velen John, and Neville Snack. And Beaufort North, Boswell Williams and Cicely. We salute them and we thank them. Our party is united in our desire to improve the standard and quality of life of our people. Our party is not a mixed match of hungry opportunists, power-hungry opportunists who detest each other but publicly remain together to protect their personal interests and that of their friends and family. That's not our party. Our Labour Party, like our sister Labour Party in St. Vincent, is a party with a soul, a party with a philosophy, a party that believes in the dignity of work, human rights, and the well-being of all, including the less fortunate and differently able. We believe in gender equality. We believe in one Caribbean civilization and true democracy, which means real freedom for all, including the people of Haiti, Cuba, and Venezuela. We call for the removal of the cruel embargo against Cuba and Venezuela. And we call for the removal of Cuba from the list of states that sponsor terrorism. Cuba is not that kind of state. We pledge non-interference in the internal affairs of other states and respect the right of self-determination for the people of Taiwan. We thank our traditional diplomatic friends for their support. Our economic and social policies reflect that deep understanding of our history and the belief that all citizens have a right to a better quality of life. Our concern and sensitivity towards the vulnerable and less fortunate is the soul of the Labour Party. That is our DNA. That is what we are made of. That's how we are. We cannot change it. We believe that the less fortunate must find a way for a better life. That is what Labour is. We remain concerned with the current global geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. The bitter war in Gaza has now spread to Lebanon and Iran. These wars if they continue, will cause disruption of the supply of oil, meaning an increase in the price of gas, diesel and cooking gas. Your government will continue to cushion the impact of rising fuel prices when that becomes necessary. But you know what they'll say? Yokaidi Pierre qui fait l'argent Gaza. Our policies are based on social and economic well-being of our people. Your government, the Solution Labour Party government, allocated $7 million in the home care program so that 800 elderly citizens can be cared for, while over 500 people are able to secure employment as caregivers. Children are receiving after-school training and psychosocial support. Thousands benefit from short-term employment STEP, and the program is continued. Hundreds of households receive flood relief during the November 6th weather event. Millions are made available to the Social Development Fund to provide social, educational, health, and employment assistance to the elderly and less fortunate. 5,000 people from the informal sector received $1,500 each as a COVID-19 support. You will remember that the United Workers' Party only gave COVID support to NIC contributors. We are now correcting that inequality, and the Ministry of Equity, over the past few months, they have distributed to over 5,000 people $1,500 in COVID support. While we have increased the public assistance program, we increased the subvention to voluntary organizations and NGOs who provide social assistance. To cushion the effect on our banana farmers, a $1 million compensation package was made to banana farmers who were unable to sell the bananas because of the shortage of boxes. We encourage the efforts of organizations of farmers with disabilities, give a subvention to that organization. We redeveloped the Choiseul fishing facility with a grant from the Japanese government. We developed the Choiseul fishing port, even if Choiseul did not vote for Labour. That is how we are. Over 1,000 farmers received water tanks as part of a government assistance program for farmers. Fishers are now regularly receiving a fuel rebate of $2.50 per gallon. And if I needed to remind you, the new jetty and washroom facilities in Mico North has been completed. Yes, Mico North, the jetty has been completed, and we will retain Mico North and win Mico South. You agree with me? And for the people of Canaries, work on the jetty will start before this year is over. That is who we are. We aim to improve the quality of housing on our island. We continued with a house repair program for the Ministry of Housing and Social. The Ministry of Housing, we continued the house repair program. To increase the housing stock, we made available through the National Corporation, National Insurance Corporation, land in various parts of the island, in the north and south of the island. We guaranteed a $20 million loan from the NIC for the Solution Development Bank to finance residential housing for our people. To encourage our public servants to own their own homes, we will provide a 1,000 grant towards legal fees on mortgages, along with the waiver of stamp duties on mortgages of up to $400,000. So if you're building a house that costs less than $400,000, you will pay no stamp duties to the government. That is to encourage you to build your houses, brothers and sisters. These policies are all-inclusive. They are not for yellow people or for red people. They are for the people of the country. This is who we are. That is the government that the Labour Party deals with. The quality of life of our people is improving because of the balance that we have struck between social and economic sector. My brothers and sisters, let me very quickly deal with some of the sectors. Tourism. Comrades, the tourism sector is the main economic driver in our economy. The industry is well managed and St. Lucia strategically marketed. We have surpassed our pre-COVID performance and heading to performing better than our best year in 2019. We must applaud the efforts of our tourism minister and the other players in the tourism industry. Jazz has returned, and our carnival attracts thousands of visitors to our island, and thousands of our people benefit. All sectors of the economy benefit, particularly small businesses. Our ELIF is increasing from our main source markets, most notably the return of Virgin Atlantic flights from the English market. Tourism investment is at record levels. New construction has begun at Mont Pimad in Redwi, and a multi-business and hotel complex on the Pope site at Rodney Bay, plus the other expansion in the hotel plant in the country. Work on the modernization of the cruise ports of Cassis and Soufrière will commence soon. And let me once more assure you that the ports have not been sold. This year, we are expecting the best cruise arrivals ever. Over 800 people are expected to visit our shores. 800,000 people are expected to visit our shores. And we are excited. We are excited by the outcome. Comrades, as a government, it's our philosophical belief that the tourism industry must benefit the people. Hence the reason why the community tourism program is so important. We are making great strides in developing community tourism projects in various parts of the island. Every area will enjoy the benefits of community tourism. Here in Vieux-Fort North, we will be constructing an amphitheater to celebrate and perform the work of the many cultural activists in this part of the island. The theater will be in honor of the iconic cultural king of St. Lucia, Ramon Polio. And next week in Vieux-Fort South, we begin the construction of another entertainment center for the people of Vieux-Fort South. Comrades, our island must inspire, but our people, the main cause of that inspiration, must benefit through well-paying jobs and wealth creation from the tourism industry. Comrades, your government has always made health care a priority. We salute the nurses and doctors and the Minister of Health for the work they are doing in the trying circumstances. We are the government that, with the help of our friends under the leadership of Kenny Anthony, constructed the OKEU hospital. And we are the government that will complete the construction of the St. Jude hospital. We have the money. Work is moving along at a rapid pace. And soon, very soon, the people of the South will be owners of their completed St. Jude Hospital. Labour will finish the St. Jude Hospital. Now I want you to listen carefully. I want you to listen carefully. I want you to hear me carefully so you can tell the world that your government will also commence the expansion of the OKEU hospital. We are going to build the fifth finger on the OKEU hospital. And we are going to build it with what? CIP funds. So you see why? You see why they're attacking CIP? You pas les ni or l'hôpital. That is why. So my brothers and sisters, we will once and for all try to deal with the overcrowding at the OKU hospital. We are seeking to improve the situation of our patients, nurses, doctors, and health care workers. But you must be responsible. You must try to reduce the incidence of NCD, non-communicable diseases. You must try your best to reduce the incidence on yourself by being responsible, my brothers and sisters. Meanwhile, we are moving steadily with our universal healthcare program. More services are being added, with prostate and pap smear testing being made available to augment the maternal and elderly services already in place. We are dealing with the issues at the OKEU hospital in our health system. These problems did not begin on July 26, 2021, but we are dealing with them. We made available $15 million last month, again from the CIP, 11 million from the CIP, and 4 million from the Treasury, to pay some long outstanding debt that they left for us. We put the money in. We put the money in. We continue to renovate and to expand and improve wellness centers all over the island to provide services at the community level for our people. Our aim is to make healthcare accessible and affordable. Education. Comrades, our country has a rich tradition of scholars, a very rich tradition of scholars. We want to build on the example set by Honorable Derek Walker and Sir Arthur Lewis and make our country a place where education is a right for all and not a privilege for a few. That is what the Labour Party is about. We are the party of universal primary and secondary education under Kedi Anthony. And we will be the party for universal university education, one university graduate per household. That is our aim. And the Minister of Education, the Honorable Sean Edwards, was late today because he was attending a graduation ceremony for first-generation scholars, people who in the entire family, nobody in the family attended university. But because of collaboration with Monroe College and the Ministry of Education under Sean Edwards, these people can graduate as university graduates from their entire generation. They are called first-generation scholarships. And we applaud them, we thank them, and we look to expand that program going forward. We are not satisfied. We believe that educational opportunities must exist at all ages. Hence the reason why we provided a grant of $2,500 to 105 privately registered early childhood centers to assist in improving the learning environment, and committed to assist with a subsidy of $50 per child in school fees. We commissioned 9 state-of-the-art early childhood classrooms at public schools and continue to modernize the learning environment at government centers. Every secondary school child now has access to a laptop computer. I want to say it again. Every secondary school child now has access to a laptop computer. And local IT personnel within our school system are developing content for subjects in the digital form to be uploaded on these government-provided devices. Labour is modernizing the education system for all. In keeping with our commitment to broaden the education and training of our students and to meet the needs of our workforce, we have converted 4 secondary schools to TVET institutions. At PI, Angers, Granvier, and John Odlum. Gone are the days when children are denied an opportunity to learn because of their choices. Our One Universally Household program is reaping tangible success. My brothers and sisters, we are the government for education. We are investing in mathematics specialists to assist in improving competency at our schools. Our teacher training capacity building. We are digitalizing our education system and our priorities as we develop a balanced, functional, balanced and functionally literate and globally adaptable solution people. Agriculture. Comrades, your government is concerned about the global problems of food insecurity and sustainable use of our resources. The challenges facing our agriculture sector range from unforeseen events, unforeseen climate events, to disease. We are working every day to make available inputs of fertilizer and planting material to our farmers. We have distributed hundreds of water tanks to our farmers, and the Minister of Agriculture is in discussions with the government of Guyana to further encourage younger people to choose farming as a career by providing incentives, modern equipment, and greenhouses. Later this year, working the Youth Economy Agency will expand the modernization of our agriculture for young people. We are repairing fishing land facilities in Dennery, Choiseul, and will soon commence work in Vieux Fort. This year, we have declared the Year of Infrastructure. We will continue to place emphasis not only on road infrastructure, roads and bridges, but on digital, health, and social infrastructure. The construction of the new Halls of Justice in Castries on the site of the High Court grounds, of the old High Court grounds, to house all main courts in the city of Castries has commenced. The Halls of Justice will not only create a conducive environment for judicial officers and citizens to assemble for the dispensation of justice. We have renovated the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium and the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds and the Mindu Philip Park. Renovations are in progress on the Marshall Grounds, the Philip Master playing field, the Grosley playing field, and the Bellevue playing field. The Ministry of Youth under Comrade Casimir will commence renovations on 13 sporting facilities island-wide later this year. Work on the Larissus Wellness Center is nearing completion. Several wellness centers will be renovated this year. The Granvier and Bar Saint Joseph Human Resource Development Centers will be opened this year. Construction of the library market is proceeding and should be completed early next year. The Pastians Early Childhood Center will be completed later this year. Several community tourism projects, including the Mon Lookout Point, will either be completed this year or early next year. In regards to housing infrastructure, work has commenced on the clearing of the site for the Rock Hall housing complex, while new housing projects will commence in Talvan and north of the island. It's government's plan to leverage the CIP program to improve the housing stock of our people. So you see why they're attacking CIP? Regarding the road network, all is in place for the initial repair of roads island-wide, including roads in Vieux Fort North, Vieux Fort South, and roads in Labrie. Work is ongoing on Chaussee Road in Castries. An announcement on the Grosley Highway will be made soon. We are aware of the pressures on our water infrastructure, and government is working with WASCO to alleviate the situation. Our digital footprint is expanding with the addition of more services to the public by government and the availability of broadband services to more citizens. Government, under an ongoing World Bank funded project, is exploring the development of geothermal energy with test sites in Belle Plaine, Saltibus, and Fosse-Jacques. If test results are positive, a 30 megawatt plant will soon be established. Government is well placed to secure financing from the Abu Dhabi Fund for 10 megawatt solar PV plant and battery storage facility. The plant is to be located in Chumasi, Miku, and installed by Lucidec. Plans are also ongoing for Lucidec and Wasco to implement a 2 megawatt solar plant at Boseju. When these alternative sources of energy are available, our country's reliance on fossil fuel will be reduced. My brothers and sisters, I come in. Give me a chance, I come in. You have been here for the entire afternoon. And these numbers are there, plus what we saw at the work on the walk of progress. The walk of progress, it made the opposition, what they say, full fall. It made them full fall. From since this walk of progress, they have gone more desperate. They have got more dangerous. They have got more envious. And they seek to destroy your country more. And if they trouble me, we'll organize another walk of progress. If they get me vexed, when I consult with my colleagues, we will organize another walk of progress. And this time, we're going to organize it in the south of the island. And tell them, if they don't like it, put it in their pipe on. Comrades, keep your eye on the prize. Comrades, protect the victory. Comrades, I've outlined visible initiatives, and not plans, not renderings, not empty words. They are tangible. You can feel them. You are benefiting from them. Our gains are measurable. Our government continues to put you first. I want to thank you, comrades of our party, and the majority of people of St. Lucia for their support. Your government is not one of words. Your government is not one that will say they would have done, or they would have done, or they should have done, or they will do. Your government is a government that is working and implementing. I want you to say after me, labor is working. Labor is working. The opposition is not happy with the progress in our country. They're not happy. They are desperate. They are angry. They are envious. And they try to present a different reality with misinformation and half-truths. Sometimes unbelievable. The things that they say, you wonder what country they are living in. Sometimes you wonder, what country are these people living in? But they are jaundiced by their hatred. They are jaundiced, their eyes are covered in jaundice by their hatred, by their envy, by their desperation to return to power for themselves, not for you, the people of St. Lucia. We cannot go back. We're not going back. We're going forward together. We're not going back. We cannot go back to the years of 2016, 2021. Remember, it is the same players. Membet, the same people. Remember their words and deeds. Even now, they come and tell you, mea culpa, not me, how is he? Remember them. Remember them. And we'll make you remember them. Remember how they told you, you just start to cry? Remember how they told you you were medicants? Remember how they told you that, remember how they told civil servants, mind your business? You remember that? You remember how they said you had 4 legs and you used to bark? You remember that? We're not going back. We're not going back. They are the same players. I want you to remain focused on your goal to improve St. Lucia. I am ready to work with you. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'll say it again. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Because you, the people of Labour, are with me. I am determined to improve the quality of life for our people. I'm in politics, not for myself, not for my own aggrandizement, but I'm in politics for you, the people of St. Lucia. That is my call. Every day, my colleagues work and plan to improve the lives of the people of St. Lucia. I want to thank my cabinet colleagues. I want to thank the executive and members of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I want to give a special round of applause to our General Secretary, Brother Leo Clark, for his commitment to our party. I want to thank Dr. Kennedy Anthony, who had me in his cabinet for 15 years. I want to thank him for his advice and acceptance of Deputy Speaker of our Parliament. Dr. Anthony will never be forgotten by the people of Labour for his contribution to the development of our country. Comrades, you still want me to come? You still want me to come? So I must stop coming, right? Comrades, let us leave Bellevue, the heart of Labour, with a renewed commitment to protect the people's victory, to love one another, to love our country more. Let us reject division. Let us reject hatred. Let's reject war and anger. Let's reject envy. Let's reject jealousy. Let's work together for our St. Lucia. Let's make the next generation better than ours. We need to remember the words of Barack Obama. We need to give every child, no matter what they look like, where they live, the chance to reach their full potential. Comrades, I am ready. Are you ready? Comrades, we have to protect the victory. We must protect the victory. Because if we don't protect the victory, we will go back to where we were. We are not going back. We are not going back. We are keeping our eyes on the prize. We are protecting the victory. And if they don't like it, tell them. Comrades, brothers and sisters, thank you.
Honorable Philip J. Pierre,